to get them to send in box tops, fill out their sheet with box tops. If they don't have box tops, it says they can put dimes in there. We're doing really, really well with that. We've got 10 submissions from girls and 8 from boys so far. So we're pretty neck and neck. The thing I would like to get, though, are ideas what you think would be good as a prize, whether it's, girls get to, I don't know, dress all in pink if they're the ones that win, or boys get to dress all in blue if they're the ones that win on a particular day, or if we should give out specific prizes to all the girls or versus all the boys. And I would need to know a head count of how many we have. So if anybody has ideas, either you can mention them now, or you can shoot me a message or Facebook me or whichever. And then the deadline to get those in will be February 15th. So we've got a little bit of time yet.
What about, we would have to agree, teacher-wise, like homework pass or something.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Just get a snack, like for lunch or something, from PTO, could do that. Something, yeah, you could have
Those cheap cups.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They were really cheap. Yeah.
something that doesn't have to cost money.
They can wear a hat for a day,
Yeah.
or they can wear
And,
something.
anyone who participated, and then if you wanna draw from those that participated. Yeah, but.
I wasn't going to do an individual
Yeah.
student. I was just going to do all girls or all boys,
Yeah.
just to make it kind of even across the board as like a group thing.
Bring like stuffed animals. I mean, I don't know if that's too much for fifth graders. They're kind of older for that, but I know kids like when they can bring something and like sit on their desk or whatever.
So we'll take ideas. We still have time to do it, and it doesn't have to be, like they're all in on February 15th or whatever. I have to submit them by March 1st. They have to be postmarked. So we could do it, sometime in March. All the girls won, so pick a day in March, and this is what you guys can do. So we'll have time to ask the teachers what they feel would be appropriate and not too disruptive for class and stuff like that. Yeah.
I have a comment about box
Sure,
tops, but
sure.
not an idea.
Uh-huh.
But I was on the website earlier, just out of curiosity, and first of all, we've surpassed last year, which is great. But I was looking at on their website, you can go look at stats. One of the options was like for the region, and our earnings are number 6 in the region out of like 148 schools, which I thought was pretty amazing.
Pretty good.
And it may seem like we haven't really raised that much, but I do know that box tops are starting to disappear from products, so it's become harder and harder to get them in. So we're doing really well, and I think Melissa deserves a lot of credit for that. She posted to Facebook a picture of all the box tops she got from the community, and it was a great idea to expand out and let other people help us in that way. So I think it's really amazing that we rank that high.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the stats
Yeah,
recently.
it's
Yeah,
there's a
it's
lot
pretty
of
interesting.
information on there, so.
Yeah.
And I had announced it to my class just to say, like, did you know you can put dimes on the sheet? And they're like, we can? And they went home and just in their piggy bank were able to fill a whole sheet. And we're so proud to bring in, I got a sheet worth of dimes today. I've had 10 kids bring them in since we gave them out. Just saying it once, just saying, who do you think's going to win, the boys or the girls? They like that competition. I mean, they liked watching the teachers decorate the doors in the competition.
I
So
just
that kind of,
finished it today.
yeah.
Thanks to Melissa.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's all right. But, yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because Caleb, being in kindergarten, he goes into the office and gets Mrs. Salerno to put the box tops in his bag. And he came home the other day and his bag was so heavy. And I had forgotten that I was asking for dimes. So I took out this envelope and it was heavy. And I'm like, what is in here? And I opened it up and there were sheets upon sheets with box tops and dimes and everything. So it was quite interesting that they've actually sent the dimes in, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
So, which is great because it's straight money for the school.
I've got like the same 5 box tops
Yeah.
that I've been trying to build up a whole sheet, but we should
Yeah.
do like Aldi and stuff.
Nope, yeah, don't worry about it. And if you guys need a list or want a list of participating products, I can send it home. I can post it somewhere. We can post it on Facebook, wherever is most convenient for you. Papermate just jumped on board, but there are other companies that are jumping ship. So
Can you post it on Facebook so
yeah.
I can
Yeah, we certainly can. Yep, it's right on the Box Tops website too, if you're savvy and want to go there.
It's linked on our website, but it might be hard to find.
Yeah, so we can post it though. Yeah, definitely. Yep. So, do you want to talk about future events, or you want to let Colleen talk about the
Yeah, go ahead with the Chuck E. Cheese first.
the Chuck E. Cheese first?
Yep.
So Chuck E. Cheese is all set.
Mhm.
Chuck E. Cheese will be here during dismissal on the 18th. Penny said he could go outside and, you know, where the parents come in. And then, they actually gave me stickers for the teachers to hand out on the 18th to put on the kids, so they get like 10 free points when they go to play, or 10 free, I guess they don't use tokens anymore, but, so Chuck E. Cheese is gonna hand out something else, and they said the more they can give the kids, the more likely parents will come, that they've got like different things that they can
Right.
get free. And then he's gonna go, to the buses to get, hopefully catch the last 2 buses. So, there's some posters up already. One thing I wanted to ask, I know that we have the certain time to hand out things, but is there any way that, the coupon sheet can go home on Friday, maybe, just so
On that
parents
day.
can plan? And it also says on the sheet that Chuck E. Cheese will be here on the 18th. I'm looking, I'm gonna get you some information.
Okay.
When I tried to click on the link they sent me, which, I mean, they sent me a while ago, but it's to promote the event, and it's expired, so they're supposed to be, I called the local Chuck E. Cheese to try to help me get some information.
Sure.
There's also, I'm trying to find online a teacher letter. If I can't find it, then we're gonna do something else to get it out to the teachers. So on that night, teachers can go too, and they get a free meal. So, and then there's something else called a ticket blaster. But you can. So there'll be a letter that we can give it to the teachers to let them know that if you go there, you show your ID, you can get a free, either a salad bar and a drink, or an individual pizza and a drink. And I don't know exactly, there's some competition or something with the teachers and Ticket Blaster. I have no idea what that, I don't know if it's like playing games against the other teachers. I'll try to find out more about that, and hopefully maybe the letter.
They're not competitive at all.
I know what you're talking about. So the sheet that goes home has coupons on it as well, and different things, so,
Cool.
so would that be able to go home on?
On the actual day of the event?
No, on.
The Friday
this
before.
The Friday before.
Which would be this Friday.
So it would be this Friday. So
I mean,
that
as
parents
long
could
as
plan.
you guys are agreeable to it. I mean, you've got a lot of teachers here, so that's.
And then, Angela will distribute the stickers.
So what is it, we get a percentage of sales?
So we get, 15% of sales, and if by some amazing feat we get $3,000, we bring in $3,000, then we get, I think, 20%. It does include any, like, tickets or anything, basically anything you get while you're there. You just have to tell them that you're part of the fundraiser. So it's not just food, it's anything, all the games they play and everything.
Is that noted in there, so it's not like the whole total night, it's, you have to go and say, I'm a Central Street?
Yes, it does say that.
Okay.
And I'll be there because I, unwittingly scheduled it on Spencer's birthday. Because I had to change the date so many times that I was like, I'm like, okay, the 18th, that's good. And then I was like, he is like beyond thrilled, and so we will be having a little birthday party there that night with my family. So we'll be contributing to the PTO that night. So, but, so yeah, as long as that's okay, everything is all
Yeah.
set, and
Sounds good.
hopefully we can get a good number of like
Why don't you have Jen talk about the dance party next, and then we'll come back. All right, sounds good, thanks.
Jen, do you want to talk about your dance party?
Okay. Yeah, I ended up with the dance party because when we did the fun run, I put together the music playlist and it worked out really well. Coach let us use this big, huge Bluetooth speaker, and it dawned on me, well, this would be pretty easy to do for a dance. Save some money by not having to hire a DJ. I've got a playlist put together already. The idea I have, and this is just the very early stages, and I'm welcoming ideas and involvement. But the idea I have is a decades of dance party. So it would be basically like active music from various decades, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. So the fun things that get everybody involved, like silly stuff like the chicken dance and then the YMCA, stuff like that. We're not gonna have like slow dancing in the dark for the older kids. It's just a fun, active thing, more exercise geared. I thought that possibly we could see if kids would want to dress as their favorite decade, which parents would probably need to help them with that, but I envision maybe poodle skirts, maybe bell bottoms, like there's so many different possibilities, whatever they want to do, 80s, and maybe we could even make that a contest somehow, I don't know. We'd have things like musical chairs for one of the songs. We could do the limbo. So there's opportunities to maybe work in little prizes here and there. I guess I see it kind of like a really fun, active, almost like a wedding reception type situation where it's just fun music, everyone gets moving. One thing that I'm really interested in ideas about is getting parent involvement, because we don't want a situation where kids are dropped off and they're running around like crazy and screaming and not dancing. So I'm trying to think of ways to encourage parents to stick around and participate, because some of this, I mean, they're going to have to show the kids how to do some of these dances. It's going to be dorky and a lot of fun. So I don't know if we were to charge admission, maybe we could say free admission if you bring a parent or something like that. I don't know, I'm brainstorming that, but the more adults, the better.
You have to have a parent.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one.
How about just the kids?
And I'd say
pay?
like no.
Yeah,
Right.
for the kids. I mean, it wasn't a fundraiser you were planning, so just say the kids,
Yeah.
pay.
And just
And
put
adults
adult
are
must
free,
be-
but adults must attend, a parent
Yeah.
must attend.
But if you had a costume contest for the parents.
Oh yeah, that would be even better.
Or like a dance off or something for the adults.
That was another idea
Oh,
I
there
had.
you
It
go.
would be
Start
a lot
practicing.
of fun, and parents are willing to like put themselves out there. It would be so much fun, and I hope that people will participate.
That'd be a good way to get parents and
The kids, even at the fun run, we were kind of dancing, and they just thought it was so funny when we were doing the chicken dance and stuff. So if parents really need to get involved, and I think it would be a ton of fun for everybody. Another thing I need ideas for is refreshments. I thought it'd be cool to do kind of like retro related refreshments, like even like maybe root beer floats if it was something we could pull off. Not huge, like little cups and like a little scoop of ice cream and some root beer with straws, and then other snacks that might tie into a theme that are easy and cheap, but just kind of make it a whole experience. I guess I need perspective on what is doable or not. I've never done a school dance, so. And then decorations, I was planning to reach out to Oriental Trading because they do donate. They've donated a few things for Linda's Glow Bingo, so I was gonna reach out to them and see if I could get a few things, but I was thinking if anyone has old scratched records or cassette tapes or things like that, CDs that we could use to hang around and
Tons of cassettes.
What's that?
I have tons of cassettes.
Well, good, see? And some kids will be like, what are those? It's ancient technology now, so, I think it could be a lot of fun, so I welcome anyone's ideas, and involvement, contributions. opinions on the theme. I don't know. I think the playlist is a ton of fun. I've got disco on there, 80s, 90s, now, all kinds of stuff. So
Would there be a way, I'm wondering if it's far enough in advance, if we could get like one of those big, huge balls, the big plastic balls, like an outdoor ball, but have like the art teacher have each kid like glue, you know, those silly little plastic reflective shapes. Doesn't have to be all squares, but if each kid glued a shape on and then we hung it in the gym,
Like a
you know what I
disco
mean?
ball.
Kind of like a disco ball, but like a student school created disco ball of some sort.
yeah.
You know, because we obviously couldn't do a mirror because it's glass and it would break, but you know, if each kid if they had a way to be involved in it, you know, a couple weeks before the dance or something like that.
I like that. I've been Pinteresting left and right too, but I've seen examples where they make a dance floor out of, although it did involve a black light, which I don't have at this time, but they use like neon poster board and cut it in squares and like made like a disco dance floor. It was really cool. So there's a lot that can be done inexpensively that would tie in. I just need ideas, I guess. So I don't want to be I don't want to be running the show only. I hope everyone else.
What's the date? What are we thinking of for a
February
date?
8th.
Yeah, February 8th.
Yep.
And I can't remember, were we doing the full hour and a half? I think so, right? 5:30 to.
Probably, yeah. Whatever, yeah.
I need that when I fit all my music in. So.
Just if you had any future.
No, the
event
only thing with the
ideas.
future event ideas I was thinking of on that sheet that's on the table, we came up with some ideas the last time of what events we wanted to do. We're willing to plan them all ourselves, or if somebody wants to take an event and plan it themselves, or help to plan it. We've got the Dr. Seuss Family Fun Night. We've got the cleanup and planting type of day where a couple of years ago we had kids go out on the playground after school and pick up the trash and do all of that. And then we thought of getting donations of plants. They could plant things for Mother's Day or whatever's coming up soon after that. In May we've got a math and science type fun thing. And in June we thought of doing a water themed summer social. But then at the fun committee we were talking about doing something in school like that, so I don't know whether try to combine something or we change ours, or I don't know. I don't know. So if anybody has ideas of any of those that they want to kind of take on or help with or suggest ideas for, they're just kind of themes for those events, but we haven't really planned any of them out. So, I don't know. Otherwise, I don't know. Otherwise, it's
yeah,
open discussion.
yeah. On the Dr. Seuss night, I don't know, Mrs. Rodiger, if maybe you might know, I picked up I think it's a 4T, I don't know if anybody's tiny in kindergarten, long sleeve green shirt with like How the Grinch Stole Christmas all over the shirt. So if that, because we're going to do the like Dr. Seuss Day on March 1st, the kids can wear Dr. Seuss related something. But if someone's tiny in your grade or Mrs. Tedeschi's class, they're welcome to have that shirt.
Okay.
So I think it's like a
We can
4T-ish.
Just bring it in and then
Okay.
whoever doesn't have something
Yeah.
and it fits them, we'll just.
Okay, that's fine. Open discussion. Anybody have any questions, concerns?
I wanted to touch on the 501c3 that we
Oh, yeah.
discussed last
All
time
right.
because we've learned a little bit more about it since then. So the good news is that I looked into it, and for organizations that earn under $50,000 per year, which is us, there's a form called the 1023EZ, which is a very short, quick, simple form that you can file with the IRS rather than the full 501c3 is like 26 pages and very involved. I wasn't aware of this easier version. To file that is $275, so it's super cheap. Something we could definitely do. The estimated time for approval is 2 to 4 weeks. So it's much easier than we previously thought. now since I learned that, I also learned there's an additional piece that we have to do for New York State. Before we can do the 501c3, we would have to formally incorporate as a nonprofit organization with the state. I'm doing that with another organization I'm involved with, and that's another very simple process. It's a very short form, very easy to fill out, but that would be another $75. And that's the first step that's required by New York before you can get the 501c3. But overall, it's very much more affordable, much quicker than we thought. So I think it's definitely worth pursuing soon, might as well, if everyone's on board.
I think it's worth doing to get the donations that you want to get. If you don't have that title, then you cannot apply to get most of the donations.
And once we have that status, we can tell businesses as well, your donation is tax deductible, or even parents, your donation is tax deductible, and that's a big deal for some people, especially with the bigger donations. And I think it would really help our success rate with the businesses. So
That might encourage larger donations from parents as well if they can.
And that's forever? Is that what you said? I didn't.
I believe, well, once you're a 501c3, then you have to, the one thing we have to be aware of is they'll send a postcard, I believe for tax reasons. And it's just basically to verify, we still haven't raised more than $50,000. I think you'd probably have to update, like when the, officer rolls are turned over, you'd probably have to update that. But it's not, I believe the fee and everything is a one-time deal. I can look into it further, but I'm pretty sure that it's a one-time cost. So I mean, there are services, like I mentioned last time, there's services that do this for you, but those are, I think, more geared toward the bigger organizations that earn a ton of money, and there's no reason for us to waste money paying somebody else when it's such a simple process. So. But yeah, I mean, it would it adds a degree of formality to our organization, definitely. So we would have to be, as we are now, a bit careful about following the bylaws, holding the elections properly, and whatnot. So because then now we would be we have the government on our backs. So but we're on the right track. So it's not a concern.
Step?
I'm sorry.
What's the first step?
So the first step would be to incorporate with New York State. So it's just telling New York we are a nonprofit, we're registering with you, and then we go to the federal and file there. And I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing this with another organization simultaneously, so I mean, I'm getting hands-on experience in it and seeing how it works.
Would you prefer to do them at the same time, or do you want to get that one done and out of the way and then potentially do this one?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, do you want to do them both at the same time? Like, you know what I mean? File the paperwork all, at one time, or would you rather get that one done, see how it goes, and then potentially do this?
Way.
It doesn't matter either way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either way.
Okay.
It's a straightforward process. So
Okay.
I've kind of already, like, for example, I've already worked on the incorporation form, so I know how that goes. We just haven't filed it yet, but we filled it out. So, yeah. And
I just want to create more legwork all at once.
Yeah.
Motion to move ahead
Just
with
check
that?
one more. Yeah. Probably.
Anybody want a motion to get that started? To have Jen start doing the 501c3 and doing the incorporation with New York State? Okay. Anybody second? Thank you. Okay, that's fine. So we'll go ahead and we'll start that ball rolling, get incorporated, and then do the 501c3.
Just open up again.
Yeah, does anybody else have any questions, comments? Anything you'd like to see PTO doing or having a more active role in? Anything that's worked in the past that you want us to do again?
We are awake.
That's okay. I mean, I'm just new to this, so I like to, I have all these grand ideas of let's do this and let's do that, but I don't know what fits, what works, and I want to make sure that, you know, I'm not like planning all these exorbitant things that are going to be like making our kids absolutely insane for the teachers, or coming home driving the parents crazy too, you know. But, you know, we want to do what's best for the teachers and the students and the school as a whole. So, you know, but I'd like to get ideas. I don't know, you know, I have a kindergartner, so I've never been through this, but I'd like to know what you guys have enjoyed doing, or, you know, what was like that did not fly, you know, so that we don't do it again.
I guess in looking at the list, I mean, you guys have a nice list of things, you know, activities for parents and families and stuff, and it looks great. What I worry about is that you're not gonna get the people to help you do it, and I don't want you guys to get burned out on it and things, so just building, you know, the volunteers and stuff to do that. So if you guys feel like you're comfortable with that, then.
Do you have any suggestions on how to build volunteer base?
That's been the struggle.
I know it is. I know. I mean,
I had an article a while ago, and now I can't remember where I saw it, but it was basically about, I'll have to find that again. But it talked about how to build the base and how to, you know, really get the foundation, and then, you know, putting all of this stuff in, but getting enough people that you can have the subcommittees, and, you know, you're gonna do this, and somebody else is gonna be in charge of that, so that you guys don't get all burnt out, but I'll look for the article and I'll.
Sure. I mean, as teachers, you know your students, you know their parents, you know what parents are the go-getters, what parents are the ones that don't mind stepping up and helping out, you know, the ones that have offered to help in the classroom, or, you know, things like that. I don't know them. You know, I mean, I can certainly send out a mass email just, you know, school-wide and ask, but, you know, they don't know who I am yet either. So, you know, but if, you know, I don't know if there are ways to send home request sheets through you.
I have always believed that you could utilize the room moms better. So if, you know, someone on the PTO board wants to contact a room mom, delegate, and then that room mom calls and gets those volunteers from those parents. Because a lot of people will help, they just don't know, or they can't come to the meeting, or, you know, they have good intentions, like me, and then I'll forget. So if someone calls me, or, you know, reaches out to me, then I can put it in the calendar, you know, want to help more than just getting a piece of paper and then, ooh, I forgot.
And I don't think all of our rooms have a room parent.
No, about half have rooms.
But,
So-
but they're still on that list, so.
Yeah,
if-
they are.
You know,
Yeah.
PTO could ask who would be a great mom to give this job to,
Mhm.
and then they can coordinate with other moms
I think,
or dads.
in general, a lot of parents work, and it's hard to find the time. And then the other thing is that, when it comes to events, a lot of parents wanna spend that time with their kids. So especially with the bigger events that involve a lot of volunteers, we really need to plan it carefully and have time slots so that and enforce it, and make sure that they're not stuck in a job, so that they can enjoy the time with their kids, especially the ones with the younger kids. It's like the first experience in kindergarten, especially. You want to be there and seeing your kid enjoy these things. So I think that discourages a lot of people from signing up for things, because they don't want to be stuck working and not experiencing
I
it.
actually was gonna suggest that prior when we had events, it worked better, we got more volunteers when we split the total half-hour volunteer, and we let parents pick the half hour that they wanted to do. So, and then, like, we as teachers filled in, like, the holes, or the PTO filled in the holes.
Yeah.
So it was easier to set a base of volunteers.
And we have to communicate that too to them, like, you know, we understand that you want to experience this, so we're dedicated to making sure that you're not. I remember last year with Halloween, we had the best intentions, and we did do the half-hour slots, but in some cases it was hard to make sure that the shifts were changing. So it's just something that I think it needs to be a priority. If we expect parents to help us, we need to understand point of view and help make sure they can have both worlds, I guess, with our events. And maybe, I think we've been pretty successful this year planning things that don't require a lot of volunteers, and they're still a lot of fun, so that's been good too. So maybe go that direction.
Another suggestion too for people working at stations is, I don't know if you've looked into asking National Honor Society kids and the Z Club kids. We got a lot in the past.
Yeah, we've asked the
to
Z
run those
Club a few
stations.
times. The hard part with them, what we found this year so far, is they don't commit until that week of. And it's so hard to be like, okay, are you coming? And then, well, yes, you've got 3 people, but like 2 days before, like that's,
Right.
you're
You've already
stressing
allocated.
like, okay, who's gonna come? The Honor Society, I haven't had a great success with. I've been contacting up there, but I haven't.
Probably more towards the end of the year when they all need their community service.
Right.
hours.
Yeah,
Probably.
well, they need
So-
hours. So I roped Jade into babysitting tonight, and she's on National Honors. She says they have to have monthly volunteer hours. So she's going to take it back to National Honors this
good.
month and let them know that Seneca Street PTO needs babysitters and things like that. So hopefully we can get National Honors to help us out. But I can, send other dates to them
Yeah.
too of our events and ask for some help too if they
That'd be
need to
good.
get more
You know
hours
who
done.
else needs hours of community service, or anybody trying to be confirmed?
Mm-hmm.
They have to have
Yeah,
it. So
confirmation.
And it can definitely be with children in a school setting, and it doesn't have anything to do with religion. It just is helping
Yep. Yep.
with children.
Huh.
I know, because people ask me, what can I do? I'm out of things to do. Or, and if you're open to that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are 16-year-old kids.
Yeah.
So they're not babies.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, they can man a booth,
Mhm.
definitely.
And people that are like me that are, where is my son? She's gonna say.
Hi.
In Linda's room. Oh, you got it? Okay, goodbye.
It's getting bad out. I don't know if you want to leave.
Good to know.
You want me to leave?
I don't care, but it's getting bad out.
I gotta leave.
Go ahead.
You're fine.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming. Thank you for letting all of us know that.
Yeah, it's getting pretty slow, but I went right
I
now.
take care of my son. I gotta feel Yeah, I'll go for you. Goodbye. Just take the kid.
Okay.
People my age, I talk to a lot of them while we're waiting for the kids to get out. We like to help too, but we like to be told what to do.
Mhm.
We don't like to be sat down and say, now what should we do? Because we're like, we did this, we did this when we had kids. We want to be told, can you come in and do
Right.
this?
So,
Can you come in?
Mhm.
Because a lot of us would say, yeah.
That's what I was going to say too, is a lot of grandparents are willing to help so that mom and dad can be with the kids.
Because my daughter can't,
Yep.
so I can.
Well, and my mom usually comes to all of the events with my girls,
Right.
and she'll take one of the 30-minute slots
Right.
while I'm with the kids, and then we'll switch. So each of us is taking a shift. It just is another person, and they just want to be involved.
They just want to be told what they
Yep.
can do,
yeah.
Absolutely.
rather than, what do you think you should do? Because they're out of ideas,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think that's an untapped resource for sure. And grandparents love to help.
Yeah, and I think we need to put that
Or
in
even
the
not
letter.
even necessarily grandparents, just seniors in general. In the
Yeah.
neighborhood, they love opportunities to be involved. The community takes a lot of pride in their schools, and we need to tap into that.
Ask anything else.
Anybody else got anything that they want to mention?
I'm gonna sneak out. I gotta
Okay,
go to
perfect.
Karen's.
Oh, you're wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay. I think if anybody doesn't have anything else, we can motion to close the meeting and we'll all get home a little sooner.
I've got to go the furthest.
Perfectly fine.
Go the furthest.
Thank you everybody for coming out.
Grab some food.
Yes, please, again. Motion to adjourn, thank you.
I second it.
Second, okay.
I thought that's what it was.